What's going on, family? What's going on? Let me adjust this real quick. So, listen, I wanted to just jump on and give you guys an update, some things that I have been pretty much journaling on this new life of mine. And I know some of you guys probably already know, but I recently found out that I have entered the perimenopause stage. And if you saw my first video on it, then you already know how that was. That experience was crazy because basically, I'm not really going to go into all the details of the first video, how I found out I was going through perimenopause, the things that I was feeling, all of that. If you want to know what kind of triggered my going to the doctor to just make sure I'm okay type thing, like what I was feeling and all the things, then make sure you watch that initial video because I go through all of those details, you guys, because I want you guys to not be so fearful like I was. And I think the more we talk about this, the better off we'll be in building that strong community of people who are also new to even this word. So, um, we can knock out a lot of those fears that come along with certain things. So, that's that. So, what I do want to talk to you about today is just an update on the things that I have been dealing with as far as symptoms of perimenopause, my decisions on how to treat certain things. And I also want to talk to you about something very important having to do with annual breast exams and all of the things. Okay. So, first of all, in regards to perimenopause, y'all, I'm still really natural with my approach. Okay. I have not, wait, hold, let me first say everyone's decision on how to deal with their symptoms is their own personal decision. And I have nothing negative to say about any choice that a person makes for their own body. Okay. Personally, I've decided to just take the natural route. You guys, I don't want any hormone therapy. I don't want any um, like medication or whatever. I'm just trying to deal with it. Okay. And the reason why I made that choice is because my symptoms are there. Obviously, they're very noticeable, which is why I went to see my doctor in the first place. But they're not to the point where it's disrupting my day or disrupting family time, um, consistently to where it hasn't gotten to that point. I pray it doesn't, but I don't know what lies ahead. I'm still relatively new to all of this. So I'm just going with the flow. Now, where it is right now, it's manageable for me. So I'm just dealing. Okay. And yeah. So, what I've noticed about my perimenopause symptoms, I've noticed that they disappear for a while and then they come like it's like a they all decide to come together. So if I have the like pins and needles in my legs, like the, weird leg feeling, then I'm going to have the headaches and I'm going to have being super warm at night. I'm going to be super emotional. Those are the main symptoms for me. It all comes at one time. So I may not feel any symptoms for months. And then a month will come when I'll have all of them at one time in that month. So it may be for 2 straight weeks, I'll have all of it. Okay. All of what I have. As far as the getting warm at night, I don't think that I talked about this in one of my lives. I think I may have had an actual hot flash one time. But I do have nights where I get warm, where I'm just like overly warm, and then I'll swap the blanket off of me, and then I'm really cold. So I've had those nights where I go from hot to cold really, really quickly. But one particular situation, I think this may have been my first hot flash. It happened very, very quickly. I had the biggest headache. It literally came out of nowhere and it knocked me down, y'all. Oh my gosh. It was crazy. I just got super duper hot and I got this headache. And when I tell you it was instant, it was instant. Okay. And I was like, what the heck is going on? I think that was the only actual hot flash that I've had. But, like I said, I have had those situations where I get really warm in the night. Haven't, excuse me, I haven't had it to where, I've broken out in sweats and things like that, but I have gotten warm and it's like woken me up out of my sleep. So it's uncomfortable. So don't get me wrong, but I do know there's levels to everything. So I don't know if I'm just, if I have just experienced a tremendous amount of hot flashes, but one of the symptoms that I really don't care for are those little tiny headaches. And it all comes the same time. Like I said, you guys, it only happens. it- yeah, it's so crazy. It's like when one symptom comes, they all come in, all the ones that I get. Okay, because there are a lot of symptoms that people who are in the perimenopausal stage go through. Okay, so everybody's body is different, but honey, those little tiny headaches, and they're so little and annoying, and it's just like, oh my goodness, just go away. And for a long time, I battled with migraines. So I don't like any headache of any kind. That's why it bothers me so much. Just because, you know, oh my goodness. So, if you've been here for a while, you already know my battle with the birth control that I was on and how it was affecting these migraines. Okay. So, once I got that birth control removed, my migraines decreased dramatically. You hear me? So I don't want any headache. I just feel like it's been long enough. I went through that whole phase and I just don't even want another headache like ever in life. So even though they're little tiny headaches, I just don't enjoy them. I really do not enjoy them, okay? But it is what it is. That's one of my symptoms. And like I said, it doesn't happen every month. It just happens when it happens. So when I get warm at night, if I'm going to have any of the symptoms, they're all going to come at one time. So that's that. So that's how mine is kind of formulating. And I'm still, again, I journal a lot because it's new. So I want to just make sure, when I have my doctor's appointments, I don't forget anything. Cause like I said, this stuff doesn't happen every day. I can have a whole month, 2 months, 3 months, and everything is just like it always is. Even my cycles. Um, my cycles are still, because I'm in the early stages, so my cycles are still like super regular. Nothing has changed. It's not slowing down. It's not giving up. Okay, it's nowhere near that. Okay, so um, I don't always get the symptoms, but sometimes I do. Okay, so that's that. And I also do want to say this. I'm just telling y'all my experience. Definitely go see your doctor. Um, my doctor was, oh my goodness, she's so awesome because she knew exactly as I was telling her these symptoms, even before any of the testing. It was almost like she was like, girl, oh, honey, yes, you are arriving, boo boo. She even before anything. So everything has been confirmed and all of the good stuff. But I'm cool. As long as I'm healthy, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? I understand that this is just a phase in life that we got to go through, and I'm cool with that. But knowledge is power. So understanding what helps you, what does not help, all of that, because it's really a family affair, y'all. Everybody has to understand that if you down for the count, it's not you just are. It just is what it is, okay? Or If you need to take it easy on that day, or whatever the case may be, everybody, you know, the support is everything. That may be another reason why, I'm able to just go through it, because all of my family is on board and they're very, very supportive. And that's a blessing, y'all. That is a blessing. I'm very thankful for that. So, um, I haven't really had any symptoms to just knock me down other than one that one time where I got that headache just instantly and I was like super warm all over. Other than that, and like I said, I believe that was my first hot flash. And it oh my goodness. I was like, this what y'all go through. And I talk to people around me that of course, I talk to my doctor, but I'm saying like every day, I talk to people around me that are also going through the same thing. Other people who have already passed this stage and are already, menopausal or postmenopausal, all the things, you know, you guys, oh my gosh, y'all will never know how valuable your information is. And that's why I want to jump on and just tell you guys, talk about my journey and what I'm going through and what I'm feeling, just because for such a long time, it was, brushed under the rug and, women were being told they're just being hysterical, all this crazy stuff, right? So, we go into this, it's almost like a hush hush thing. And I'm like, why? No, let's talk about this so people are not so frightened. Cause I was terrified, y'all. I was terrified. I'm like, my body's changing, my cycle is changing. What the heck is going on? Just not even knowing, girl, it's about that time. You just turned 40. Hey, but I didn't know. So, bam, that's that. So, another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about, and I wanted to talk to y'all about this for a while, but I just had to find the right time when I had some downtime. But okay, so you know, I often post when I go in for my mammograms. I usually post it on my community wall because I just want to encourage everybody to just be up on their appointments. Okay. That's it. That's all. So this year's mammogram that I had, um, well, let me back up. When I first began getting mammograms at the age of 40, they explained to me that I have, a good bit of dense breast tissue. So I would benefit from like the sonogram as well, or the ultrasound. You know what I'm saying? So the mammogram and like the 3D sort of ultrasound type thing. So that's what I do every year. I do both of those things. And so, I get normal, normal, normal. This year, I went in and I started with the breast sonogram because I'm like, they're going to tell me to do that anyway. So I may as well just, when I make my appointments, whatever can come first comes first. And it just so happened that it was the sonogram came first and then it was the mammogram. So got the sonogram, comes back, and it's like, normal, but something is there. Okay. So I'm like, what the freak? I'm freaking out, right? Because I'm like, oh my goodness. So, because I'm like, what's normal, but something is in there? What the heck? What does that mean? So then I had to make a different type of mammogram appointment. I couldn't go in for a regular, um, basically, when you go in for your annual mammograms, you're just going in knowing that everything is cool. That's just regular mammogram. They're not even expecting to find anything, okay? So when you've gotten a sonogram and it sees something in there, you go to what is called a diagnostic mammogram after that. Like they know they're looking for something. And y'all, that is the scariest thing. I'm just like, oh my goodness. So, you know, talk to my husband about it. We doing a lot of praying and all of the things. So my sonogram appointment happens and I'm like, what is it? What is it in there? And they say there's a cyst in one of my breasts. So I'm like, what? Okay, what is what? You know, I'm like, what does that mean? Does it develop into something I don't want in there? Blah blah blah. I have a million questions, right? So I had to go and I had to get the diagnostic mammogram, which is more, it's, it's the 3D mammogram and it's more, they get more angles, they get more pictures. It's just a little more detailed so they can determine what's going on in there and what you need to do. So, long story short, the mammogram confirmed the sonogram, and it was a cyst. It was a very small cyst, and I'm like during there in tears, right? And the doctor explained to me, she was like, "No, no, no, this is not a bad thing." She said, "Actually, this is very normal." Um, she said, "It's not, it's benign. It's not the c word. I don't even, it's not there. That's obviously that's going to be the first thing you think about." Um, she's like, "No, no, no, no. I don't want you to think that." She said, "And honestly, 9 times out of 10, they go away on their own." She said, "Now we can have it removed if it's bothering you." It just so happened that mine was really small. She said, "So you probably didn't." Honestly, when I went in for my annual, my doctor, my annual was after that. And I shared that information with her when she was giving me my breast exam. She was like, "Oh, I can totally see why you didn't catch it." Because I do self exams, because it was very hard for her to even feel it. It was that small. So the doctor who was going over my mammogram results was like, "No, no, no, no. They usually go away on their own." She said a lot of women don't even know that they have ever had one or have one, because they grow and then they go and then they go away and all of the things. Now, she said if it is bothering you or if it's painful or anything, then we can go in and remove it and just get it on out the way. So that was that, you guys. It was very scary. And that's another reason why um, am bringing you guys this sort of very personal information, because I just don't want everything to be so terrifying. And I'm doing a lot of this, like, just, I don't want to say by myself, but I have big sisters, but they're not too much older than me. So we're like all going through this together. So it's not like I don't know a lot of these things. And um whenever you have an exam and anything is found, you're just like, "Oh my goodness." And I'm gonna tell you something. I didn't know how regular it is when people find things. Like, even the first time I got a mammogram, the very first time I got one, she was like, "Yeah, if they find something, you'll come back in and they'll go ahead and you'll get another exam." And she was like, 9 times out of 10, it's nothing. And I was like, "What the heck?" It was I was happy about that, but I never knew how normal or how regular people just can find things in their body. And by the grace of God, it was benign, it was nothing cancerous. And then I was able to, ask questions about cysts and get that information. And y'all, I felt so much better after that, because I still was like, "Well, what does that mean?" And she was like, basically, because there's no pain, I don't feel any pain. We're just gonna see if it goes away on its own. And I have another appointment to just kind of look and see, because it may go away on its own. And then if not, I may have it removed, just because for me, it's just the thought of something being in there. And she said, "No, it's a cyst. It does not turn into anything. Like, get that out your mind." So that eased my mind a lot. Okay. Um, so yeah, that's that. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, just to let you know that um even if you feel like you're healthy, and y'all, you still healthy. Like, if you go through stuff like this, it's just sometimes that just develops in the body. And it just is what it is. And sometimes they come and go, and I just didn't know how regularly that happened, because like I said, I just started getting mammograms 2 years ago. So This is all new for me. And she was like, you could have had cysts before your 40th birthday and didn't even realize, and then it's gone. So it didn't show up before because they generally, you know, leave on their own or whatever, blah, blah. So, or in a lot of cases, I'll say that I don't want to generalize anything, but in a lot of cases, they go away on their own. And she was like, it's just a buildup of fluid. So I was like, okay. Um, so that's that. All right. So I told you before when I first let you guys know that, hey, I'm on this new journey, this perimenopause. I don't know a lot about it. I just know what my doctor has told me. And I asked my doctor a million questions because I was like, what do I need to do? What is this? What is this? Why I feel like this? Why do I feel like this? The whole thing, right? So I just want to make sure I'm keeping up with what I need to keep up with, as a person, as a woman, as a woman in her 40s. It just is what it is. There's a lot of things. Not, well, I guess not a lot, y'all. It's just stuff we got to do. Every once in a while, we got to do it. Um, and I'm used to seeing a doctor annually anyway. So this is just a, there's just more exams annually. Okay. It just is what it is, y'all. But um, as always with most things, you just want to be up on just be up on it. Just be up on it. Okay. And y'all, another thing, I was talking to my daughter about this because I want her to know. I want her to be comfortable and to understand that these things, I overthought everything. Like I overthought my first mammogram. I was terrified, y'all. And I did it. And I was like, oh my gosh. It was not like I just knew it was about to be the most painful thing I ever experienced in my life. It wasn't even pain. I was like, oh my goodness, why do we do this to ourselves? So that's another reason why um I'm just sharing my experience. And like I said, everybody's experience is different, but you know, we got to hear the positive experiences as well because people got to know everything is not like, you know what I'm saying? You really, oh, honey, it's rough. So you got to know that no, it's not that bad, y'all. It's really not. And it's so quick and it's not like when I go in for my mammograms now, I'm a whole G in there. Like it's not even we be having conversations and everything. It's really not what I thought it was going to be. Okay. So I'm sharing this to encourage everyone who needs to go to go. If you are frightened, you are probably overthinking it like I did. Yeah, I was a nervous wreck and I did that to myself. Just because it's always this pain thing put on it. And mine was not like that at all, y'all. It was not like that at all. So I just encourage everybody to do what it is that needs to be done by your body and your health. And that's it. That's all, y'all. That's all we can do. And if there's anything that needs to be done, it's always best to catch things early. And then you do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I didn't realize how normal certain things were, and those things really scared me. And I don't want you guys to be scared. And I want to express to as many people as possible that hey, everything is not terrible, okay? And yeah, because I was terrified. Because my sonogram was like normal, but it's a cyst in there. And I was like, well, what the heck? What you mean normal then? But it was. I didn't know it at the time. Okay. And then being told, hey, you can't have the regular mammogram. You have to go, you have to schedule a diagnostic mammogram. And that just sounds really scary. Okay, because I'm like, what you trying to diagnose, brother? Huh? What you got going on with yourself, sister? Don't say it like that now. But that's what it's called. That's just that's what it's technically called, y'all. But if you don't know, if you've never heard anybody say that and say, oh, it was just this, then like me, are going to be terrified. Okay. So we just did a lot of praying, a lot of trusting, a lot of believing. And hey, that's the reason why we do this. And I'm like, God, whatever we got to do, just let it be able to be done, and let everything work out, and but you don't know that if you don't know. You don't know. You don't know what you don't know. So I'm just sharing my things with you guys. I'm just sharing my things, and hopefully it puts somebody at ease and encourages someone else to go in, honey, so they can check those tatas. Okay, it's not that bad. It's really not. Okay, let them check it. Be through with it until next year. Okay. Um, and listen, everyone who encouraged me, going back to my very first one, I was so scared and I had a lot of support in those comments. Y'all are always, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I learned a lot from you guys too. So y'all will never know how much I appreciate you for that. But yeah, I just want to let y'all know. Yep. So they did find a cyst. It is benign. It is just a cyst. There's nothing more to it. And if it goes away on its own, it's gonna go away on its own. It's gonna be gone. If it starts to get like weird, or it starts to make me feel a certain type of way, or it's not going away, I may have it removed. But now that I know that what it is and what it's not and what it will never be, I feel better. Okay. And so we're just gonna see what's what. So yeah, y'all. Just stay up on what you need to stay up on, okay? And yeah, man, we got this. We got this. And we just have to know and understand that there's a community of people who hey, we gotta have each other, man. We gotta have each other. And um I pray for all of you, as I pray that y'all pray for me, those who know the Lord, okay? And yeah, man. Let's continue to do what we do. But yeah. So again, in conclusion, we used to do that as children, writing our little essays. In conclusion, uh my perimenopausal symptoms are starting to um I get them now. I know when I'm about to feel something. They're not every day. They're not even close to every day, y'all. The journey has been pretty decent for me by the grace of God. So that's that. Um, my latest mammogram, I there was a cyst that was found, and that's all that it is. And I have the choice to have it removed or not have it removed. And I'm gonna see if it goes away on its own. If not, I may have it removed. So it just depends. It is not painful, so thank God for that. Like, I didn't even feel it with my own self exam. My gynecologist was able to feel it, and she said she barely felt it. So yeah, that's why I didn't feel it. But yeah, that's that. Just be up on your exams, guys. Let's do this, and let's do it together, and let's hey, we got a lot of family reunions to attend. Okay, that's it right there. Okay, so yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys, that all is well. So thank you for everyone who has been on this journey with me, and I will be back with more updates. And yeah, y'all just stay tuned. Okay, all right, I appreciate you guys very, very, very much. I'm praying for everyone. I appreciate y'all. And yeah, to the next update, y'all. Peace, love, light.